Now, the true measure of leadership is influence, nothing more, nothing less. Similarly, in your family, similarly in your organization, if you cannot influence, the people will not follow you. The foundation of all leadership is relationship, the ability to get along with people. Now, if you have no influence over people, it's impossible to lead. You have no ability to influence and touch lives. So if you're in ministry, if you cannot form connections with people and you cannot form relationships, you cannot lead them. People won't go along with you if they cannot get along with you. If you cannot get along with your boss, will you work with them? Will you go with them? You won't. So the goal is basically to help you learn how to increase your influence so that you will increase your leadership. Whether it's home, whether it's organization, whether it's church, etc. Okay. Over here, what do these people have in common? Pope Benedict, Mother Teresa, Jackie Chan is even there. Every one of them is an influencer. They influence people by the things that they do, by the things that they say, etc. Okay? So how do we influence people? What are the methods that we use? Think about it. What are the methods? Do you use this? You chain your child to the table for him to study? You chain your workers? No? Some people use this. Intimidation. Some people use this. They talk about office politics. People use this. Okay. Some people use this. Remember the 5 levels? The position. They use a position to get things done. Some people use this. We do exchange. A lot of parents like to do this. You pass your exam, I bring you for a holiday. That's an exchange. Yeah? Some use persuasion. Others earn respect before they do it. So which method do you use to influence the people that you lead? So just like leadership with levels, we also have levels of influence. There are 4 levels. First level is modeling. Second level is motivate. Third level is mentoring. And the last level is multiply. The very first one is modeling. People are first influenced by what they see. What they see you do. When you're a leader, what do you do that they will watch? People see, people do. They follow. And so this person, when he first wants to follow, he asks this question. Is this person positive, trustworthy? Can I trust this person? Can I trust this leader? Can I trust you? And so we will look at Jesus. And Jesus says, you call me teacher and Lord. And you are right, for I am so. If I then, the Lord and teacher, wash your feet, you also should wash one another's feet. For I gave you an example that you should also do as I did to you. Jesus is the creator of everything. The Word made flesh. He is the King of kings, the Lord of lords. And yet, He is humble enough to wash the feet of a creature. You know, in the old days, they're not like us, so lucky we have socks, we have shoes. When we remove our feet for washing, the feet is pretty much clean. They were wearing sandals. They were walking on streets that were filled with dust, etc. And our Lord bothered to come down, kneel down, and wash their feet. And He modeled servant leadership. And so if our Lord can do that, who are we to be in the office, in the home, etc., to say, hey, I'm high and mighty? Who are we to claim that? We should be like Him, a servant leader, modeling so that others can follow. Leadership is an opportunity to serve. It is not a trumpet call to self-importance. It's a privilege to be a leader. The next is motivate. You encourage and communicate with people on an emotional level, heart to heart, not head to head. And over here, Jesus said in Matthew, come to me, all of you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I'm gentle and humble in heart. You will find rest. My yoke is easy and my burden is light. So He's motivating us, come, because I will give you rest. Come to me. So the Lord uses heart to heart to encourage people to come and follow His influence. He's influencing them through that method. Okay. Next is mentoring. Pouring your life into other people, helping them to reach their potential. And so remember the story of James and John who came up to Jesus and said, okay, I want to be on your left and your right. Because to them, I want to be important. I want to be your right-hand man and your left-hand man. And then what happened to the other apostles? They got irritated, right? Oh, what's happening? You know, why are you asking? And so, what did Jesus do? At this time, a chance for him to mentor, what did Jesus do? Firstly, Jesus extends grace even as he corrects them. They didn't know what they were doing, but he is going to correct them, but he does it in a very nice, graceful way. Jesus tells them, sorry, I can't do it. Even a mentor needs to know its limitations. You need to tell, hey, sorry, I cannot do it. It's beyond me. And that's what Jesus said, it's beyond me. I don't even know who's going to be on my left and right. Only the Father knows. But he starts off by listening. Sometimes we forget. The people who we lead, they come to us with issues, with problems. We don't listen. We just say, no, just brush them aside. Our children come to us, we don't listen to them. And so Jesus mentors during the period when they are together. He doesn't pull them aside, etc. He allows that to happen. Jesus saw a problem as an opportunity of a teaching moment. He didn't brush them off straight away. He allowed them to finish, and then he used it as a teaching moment. He asked, can you drink the cup that I'm going to drink? Jesus was patient and let it play out. He didn't fix it before it could fully develop. He didn't stop them in their tracks when they first asked, can we sit on your left and right? No lah, cannot lah. He didn't say that. He let them ask the question. He let them finish what they wanted. Then he created an opportunity for them to come to a realization that it is not so easy that you can just sit on my left and my right. And the question asked was about destination. The two brothers were asking, can I sit on your left and your right? Jesus' response was about a journey. Leadership is a journey. So he was helping them to understand as well. The last level is what we call multiply. You help people you are influencing to become positive influencers in the lives of others, okay? So we want people like this. At the end of the day, they're very motivated to go out there and influence. And how did Jesus do that? Jesus picked 11 men. Okay, one left him. Judas didn't go. 11 men who were just nobody. Fisherman, tax collector, a zealot. And he put these 11 men, made them into fearless men. Fearless for the gospel. At Pentecost, Peter came out and he preached fearlessly. Peter and John were in front of the Sanhedrin and they were fearless in defending the faith. How could fishermen in 3 years be transformed into such bravery? Can you imagine? It's impossible. And yet, it happened. So he created influences from this bunch of men, and from there it spread to where it is today and why we have adopted Christianity. It all started there. So in our organizations, we must be looking at how can we develop people to become influencers, to take on our persona and continue into the next lap. In our church organizations, in our families, we must be nurturing and mentoring our children. Not so focused on results, but allow them to have a holistic upbringing. So question, do we lead like Jesus? Because that's the question I want to ask you. Are you leading your organizations? Are you leading your ministries? Are you leading whatever you're leading like Jesus?